Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah ma ba'd. The question is asking here, she wears nail varnish or nail polish. Does that prevent water from reaching the skin? And if it does it affect the validity of the wudhu? Does it affect the validity of the salat? Now, the four madhabs are in total agreement. The Hanafis, the Malikis, the Shafis and the Hanabila. They're all in agreement that water must reach the skin. There is no two ways about it. If you're doing wudhu, the area must be washed and water must reach the skin. If you're making ghusl, water must reach even the scalp and make sure that the whole body is wet. This is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, فَإِذَا قُمْتُمُ الصَّلَاةِ فَاغْسِلُوا وُجُوهَكُمْ. If you want to establish the salah, then wash your face. If you've got something on your face or any part of the limbs that you need to make wudu on, and there is a barrier between the water and your limb, then you haven't washed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, وَإِن كُنْتُمْ جُنُبًا فَاتَّطَهَّرُوا. If you're in a period of major impurity, if you're in a state of major impurity, then you must perform the ghusl. And the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Hadith Sahih Bukhari instructed a man to make sure that water reaches all aspects of his entire body. To the extent that the Malikiyah have gone in as far as saying that the person must make dalq. Now, dalq basically means that whilst you're doing wudu, you can't just let the water run off your limb. You must rub the aspects of wudu, the limbs. You must, every single boundary up to your elbows, your face, the different parts of your face, you must rub the water in. This is how harsh the Malikiyah have been in it. This is not the correct view, but this is just to show you that there is no difference of opinion between the ulama that water must reach the skin. Now, there may be certain products that you've got on your body, such as toothpaste, shampoo, shower gel, hand wash. Those things do not affect water from reaching the skin. So now imagine a person's got hand wash on his hands. I don't know, let's say he's got toothpaste in his mouth, he's got shampoo in his hair, and he wants to perform ghusl for the major ghusl. If a person is in the shower or in the bath with those products on him, he can allow the water to fall on top of him and those things will be washed away. This is and the ghusl will be valid. This is because water has reached the skin. So there are certain things that you can have on your body, like creams and oils and things like that, and water will reach the skin. There is no preventative barrier. So alhamdulillah, the Sharia is easy. For most of the things that we are using on a daily basis, you can perform wudhu, you can perform ghusl, and there is no impediment in that. There is no barrier in that. And the wudhu and the ghusl will be valid. So imagine you've got hand wash in your hands and you want to start making wudu. You can start making wudu whilst you're washing your hands as long as you've got the niyyah. No harm in that at all. And like I said, this is an issue where all the madhabs are agreed on. Now, this is a really important question because sisters, they wear nail varnish. Brothers, they work with silicone. They probably work with oil, which prevents, mechanics, which prevent, water from reaching the skin. They must try their best to make sure that they maneuver best around the salawat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, in the salat kanat al-mu'minina kitaban mawquta. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prescribed these periods of time, of day, for us to establish the salat. So a Muslim must be very, very careful about how he spends his day, and the things that he is doing around the salat must be, the way that he organizes his day. Now, for the sisters, when it comes to nail varnish and nail polish and things like that, obviously whilst they're praying, they should avoid that, because obviously there's a lot of hassle with them putting it on and then applying remover and those kind of things for the salawat. But whilst they're on their menses, 6 days, 7 days, there's no harm in that. Unless if she, needs to make ghusl for major impurity, that's when she would need to remove the nail varnish and nail polish. But, there is leeway, alhamdulillah, in certain, periods of your day or certain periods of your week. Even for the brothers, for example. Now, the ulama have said, for workers, there is something which is known as jam' as-suri. Some of the Hanabila have said that the person can make jam' of his prayers as long as there is a difficulty. So imagine you've got a mechanic, he's working with oil, and it's very difficult, or a person working with silicone or plaster and those kind of things. It's very difficult for him to completely remove everything and then perform the wudu for every single prayer, especially in winter time when the prayer times are closer together. Maybe that's even actually a reason for him to establish the salah in his proper time. I don't know. Anyway, the point here is that the Hanabila have said, if a person faces difficulty because of work, then he can combine. For me, that's not the correct view. Because here, in this scenario, it's not the correct view, because some of the ulama have said that they can even do jam' as-suri. Now, jam' as-suri basically is Say Asr begins at 5 o'clock. He can delay Dhuhr because of the hardship. And we're not trying to condone it, but this is a hardship involved. He can delay Dhuhr until say about 4:30, then perform the Wudhoo, pray his Salat al-Dhuhr, and then wait until Asr, and then perform the Salat al-Asr, and then he can go back to, working with things which are preventing water from reaching his skin. So the point here is, sometimes the Sharia has put down restrictions upon the individual, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put those restrictions for your sake, for you to attain taqwa. Not so that you think, everything is haram and it's difficult and I can't enjoy my life. That is not the case. But there are certain times when there will be a lenience, and there are certain times you will find that there is a substitute. But the question is asking specifically here about nail varnish and nail polish. We will say, sister, you have to make sure that water reaches the skin. You can get permeable nail varnish and nail polish if water can reach through this, through the paint and the polish with certain brands that you might use. Then you have to be certain that is the case. Maybe try it on your skin first or something like that. But if it isn't, then you have to avoid those. You can use it during your menses period because obviously you're not praying, but you have to make sure that when you're performing wudu and ghusl, that water reaches all parts of the areas that you must wash. And like I said, there is no difference of opinion on that. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He gives us the best of tahara internally and externally. Wallahu a'lam wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina.